dedicated to veterans and veterans issues and events and et cetera, and anything else that we can come up with to inform you all about. I'm Conrad Kaskowski, United States Air Force veteran and adjutant for the local American Legion post here in Plymouth, the Ladwig-Zinkgraf, post 243. With me is Dwayne Wick, Army veteran.
Army veteran, yes, and elected as Sheboygan County Commander again. So
Yeah, he got reelected.
Reelected, yes.
Yep, he was out campaigning and whatnot, and just a big field, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a real struggle. I had to do a lot of campaigning.
So, all that being said, first of all, this is our teleprompter. It's a couple bucks for one of those things, so we decided to go the old-fashioned way. So, what's for the show? Well, we're going to be talking baseball. Most significantly, American Legion baseball. And American Legion baseball is currently celebrating its 100 years as a youth activity. Wayne, and there's a first happening right here in Plymouth, isn't it?
Yes, there is. This is the first time in 105 years that's the existence of our post since we've been chartered. And we're going to have a Legion baseball team sponsored by the Plymouth Ladwig-Zinkgraf post 243.
Well, okay, so we know that part, but we really should have a mascot name or some kind of a logo, and I think you do know what it is for Plymouth, right?
I do. We were struggling a little bit, coming up with some different ideas, and all of a sudden I thought, well, seeing as that this is the first time that we're going to have a Legion team for our post, we selected the name of the Plymouth Pioneers, which seems very fitting. The games will be played at the Carl Labey Field, and that's adjacent to the Parkview School, just on the west side of our city of Plymouth.
Yep, and now we're going to get a little more into it about the home team, but I have to give it a little background about Legion baseball. The American Legion Department of South Dakota established the program in 1925 at Millbank, South Dakota. Now, according to the American Legion, the purpose of American Legion baseball is to give players an opportunity to develop their skills, personal fitness, leadership qualities, and most importantly, let's have some fun. Now, that's a pretty simple concept, and obviously has served for 100 years.
Right. So the Wisconsin history of the Legion baseball is pretty sparse, but we knew that there were teams established in 1927 and that there were state Legion baseball, championship game held in 1928 in De Pere. It was won by the Arthur, Kromfel? Milwaukee Post 1. Years later, it was merged with other posts, and today it is Post 1 in Germantown.
All right, with the limited time we have, Legion baseball is growing in Wisconsin. Now, the Plymouth Pioneers is the 115th team in Legion baseball for Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association discontinued summer high school baseball after the 2018 season and switched to spring baseball. So with that void of no summer baseball for high school, the American Legion has been filling that void. Now, there's what's called club baseball teams. However, the cost associated with being a member of a club can be ranging anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. Plus, you're going to have the cost of traveling out of state for these tournaments with club baseball. Legion baseball, on the other hand, and in most cases, is affordable and can and is competitive.
Yeah, we found that it's a fraction of the cost compared to club ball. So that's correct. We strive to make participation affordable, local, and more importantly, fun. We have worked hard with fundraising efforts to keep the cost reasonable. Our coaching staff has head coach Josh Chapman, who's one of the assistant coaches for the Plymouth High School team. He's assisted by Plymouth High School baseball assistant coach Matt Oleg and Plymouth head coach Christian Volbright.
And Christian is the head coach for Plymouth.
Yes,
High
that's
School.
Josh. Yeah, Josh.
Well, Josh is our head coach,
Okay,
and Christian is the high school head coach.
is the high school head coach. Okay, all right.
Now, we had mentioned about the costs, and folks, we can always use help. So, I mean, don't be bashful, the two of us, and if you say, hey, you need a little help, yeah, we need a little help, so, come out and see us. So the Plymouth Pioneers will be playing in the 19 and under senior division. The first game is scheduled for Tuesday, June 17th, I mentioned before, at Carl Leby Field. The opposing team is going to be Campbellsport, and the first pitch will be at 7 p.m. Now, we are discussing some activities for that opening game. Nothing's been in solid, but come on out, take a look, see what it's all about.
So the rules are pretty much the same as it would be for high school ball. The players have to agree to abide by the standards set by the American Legion for sportsmanship. All coaches have had background checks, and any player 18 or 19, which is considered then an adult, will also have to have background checks. And more importantly, there is no admission to any of the games.
There's your clue. Come on, just come on out. So now I need my teleprompter. One more piece of Legion baseball history before we close. There's a very impressive list of Major League Baseball Hall of Famers that played American Legion baseball. Now, for you old-timers, there's Ted Williams, Stan Musial, and who can ever forget Yogi Berra. And telling you, that is a very, very short list. So you remember the Milwaukee Braves? Well, there was Warren Spahn played, Eddie Matthews, and for catching, Joe Torre. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers, hopefully these names are a little bit more familiar to you. Raleigh Fingers, Robin Yount, the Kid, Paul Molitor, Trevor Hoffman, Ted Simmons, Simba was his nickname, and C.C. Sabathia. Now, Wayne, I have more about American Legion Baseball, but the time is so limited, so stay tuned for the next show for more about American Legion Baseball. And for now, we want you to stay safe, healthy, active, and thank you so much for watching.